Hello loves, I'm Tabby and this is Tabby Transforms. I'm a transformational coach and today we're going to be talking about the 3 myths about love we need to debunk right now. There are many different myths around love in our society and our culture today, and they're propagated through media, through books, through movies. They're all over the place and it's really toxic if you buy into them, which of course you would. How could you not? They're everywhere. So I wanted to quickly address them and get you thinking a little bit about the way that love should really feel. I've done a couple of different videos on this on my channel. I'll link them. So the first toxic love myth I want to talk about is the fairy tale ending. If you've ever watched a Disney movie and they lived happily ever after, very conveniently, always ends with them getting married. Now that's interesting on several different levels. For one, not everybody needs to be married. If you are religious and that's important to you, there's nothing wrong with being married. There's also legal things that can be helpful. But not everybody needs to be married. Not everybody even needs to be partnered. But I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, you're interested in being partnered in some way. So whether or not you decide to be married, settling in with somebody and deciding to build a life with them is kind of the beginning, not the end. There is no happily ever after without work. Without compromise, without choosing each other intentionally, pretty much every day for the rest of your lives. I feel like we all kind of look forward to this idea of, then I'll get married and everything will be perfect. And it's not true. There are certainly things that can be nice about being stable and partnered. There are insecurities you can let go of, ways that we feel more comfortable and happy, but there's also unique challenges that come up with it. So if you are single or partnered and looking forward to this idea of being married, awesome, totally do that. But also remember that what comes after is just as exciting, challenging, and fun as what came before. Toxic love myth number 2. You complete me. Again, very common in romance, movies, books, etc. This idea that you are not whole without your other half. Even the language that we use is very clear that unless you are partnered, you are not a complete person. And I see several problems with that. Not everybody needs to be partnered. And not everybody should be partnered at every point in their life. It can be important at different points to not be partnered, to spend time alone, and to figure out what it is that you want and need. When we are wrapped up in a partner, some of us really struggle to figure out what we want and need all on our own. We're focusing on this other person, especially women do this, but men do it too. And their needs become more important than ours. Or we don't even realize that we have needs because we're so focused on staying in the happily ever after. So it's really important to remember that you complete you. And that if you don't feel complete, if you don't feel whole, that is the place to start working. Not on the relationship. Any relationships that you're in will benefit from you completing yourself and being more whole. Now, that's not to say that there's some end-all be-all and now you've done it, right? It's a process, it's a journey, and one that we are all on every day. It's part of being human, totally normal to not feel whole and complete all the time. But assuming that you're going to find that from some external source, some other person, sorry, not gonna happen. There are many ways to become comfortable in yourself, complete and whole, all on your own, and then you can bring that beautiful, well-rounded person into all of your relationships for the benefit of all of you. Nobody completes you except you. The last toxic love myth I want to talk about is the idea that when I find that person, I will do all the things I want to do. When I find that person, I will finally be able to travel the world. When I find the one, I will finally be happy. When I find the one, I will finally be able to buy a house. That one might be true. But the others, not so much. The idea that you need another person in order to do the things that you want to do, let's get away from that thinking. Even if you are in a relationship, you don't need the other person to do the things that you want. Now, that might require some negotiation. If you really want to learn to ballroom dance and they don't want to, but they're really uncomfortable with you ballroom dancing with a partner that's not them, that might need to be a serious conversation that you have. But limiting and making yourself smaller is not going to make either of you or any of the people involved in a relationship happy. And finding the things that make you happy make everybody else in your life happier too. And if you have people in your life that you feel like when you're happier, they are not, that is a red flag and something to very seriously pay attention to and think about. If you feel like you being happier makes someone in your life more unhappy, that's a relationship you might need help with. So I highly suggest you reach out for help with it and or distance yourself if possible. But in general, in healthy-ish relationships, you being happier just makes everybody else in your life happier. You being more fulfilled, you being more whole, you being more complete, you knowing that you create your fairy tale ending, it's just going to make the world a better place and make your life much happier and healthier. That transformation is worth it, and you are worth it. And that's all for today. That is 3 toxic love myths debunked. Thanks for coming along with me today. I hope you got something out of this video. Drop me a comment and let me know which toxic love myth you fall into most often. For me, it's kind of all of them. I felt like I was definitely waiting to have a partner in order to do the things that I wanted to do. It would be so nice to listen to music while I'm cooking in the kitchen when I have a partner. And it was very silly. And I've learned through much trial and error to do the things that I want to do for myself. And everybody in my life benefits. So yeah, thank you for coming along with me. My name is Tabby. This is Tabby Transforms, where I make content every week about personal transformation, gentle health and wellness tips to help you live a better life. I hope you'll come along with me, hit the subscribe button, and join this growing community. I have some exciting things coming up, and I can't wait to share them all with you, so I hope you'll stick around for that. I hope you have a lovely day, a lovely week, and a lovely life, and I'll see you next week. Bye.